Yes, guys, welcome. Big up to everyone. Thank you for joining us this evening. Appreciate you being here as always, guys. We were going to do a match preview for Liverpool and Brentford. Obviously, we will do that this video. But obviously, breaking news just before we went live that Allison Becker wants to stay at Liverpool for the long term. Paul Joyce breaking the news just before we going live there about Allison Becker. So obviously we're gonna have to talk about this bit of business. And obviously I've got my man K back with me. K Mac, how you doing, man?
I'm all right. I ran up to get my Liverpool top because I seen you had yours on.
That's it. Let's get the uniforms on.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just see this breaking
Paul
news?
Joyce stealing our thunder. Come on.
Yeah, man. That Alisson confirms he rejected bids from Saudi. Says, yes, they had interest. I want to honour my contract and finish my contract here or make a new one. I'm really happy here at Liverpool and my family's happy as well, told Paul Joyce. Fabrizio also covering the news, as also every other person right now. So this broke like about half hour ago, something like that. Yeah. Not long. Also, he says Alisson and Bajcetic interest. The club needs to prepare for the future. We're not going to last forever here. I'm getting old. No, for a goalkeeper, I'm still young. I have a lot of energy and I still have much to give to the club. I want to give the club as much as I can. Also, I think I found some on Bajcetic. He says, I think it was a good idea. I knew about the Bajcetic deal before it came out on social media. And that is a good message for me because the club cares about what I think. Wow. What are we saying? Everyone in the chat, what are we saying?
PR there, isn't it? Nice bit of PR for Edwards and Hughes there.
Yeah, like they needed
basically
it,
saying like we asked you like, you know, how do you feel about us signing a goalkeeper to replace you in a few years' time? And he went, I like it, do it.
So we have been speculating, everyone's been speculating about the Bajcetic deal. It came out of absolutely nowhere. You know, we've not heard a word from Allison Becker that he's upset, he's not interested, or what's going on in his world. But by all sounds of it, man, Alisson's absolutely fine, loves being at Liverpool, wants his long-term career to be at Liverpool, and Liverpool just securing an area of the pitch they think they need the future endeavour in Bajcetic.
I think it's all down to do with the fact that there's a world-class goalkeeper there that's available for not a lot of money, like compared to what he could be in the next couple of years. And he's happy to go on loan for a few years, knowing that he's going to be our Alisson replacement, and he's fine with it. And I ain't got an issue with it. Like, the issue I've got is you haven't signed other players.
Yeah.
And you seem to be selling everyone.
Yeah, that's what we're going to get to that. Don't worry about that. But yeah, this sort of come out of nowhere this evening. As I said, about 30, 40 minutes ago, it just came down. He turned down Saudi. That is coming from Alisson himself, saying I turned down Saudi this summer. He's basically saying it's something I did think about because the wages are probably ridiculous.
But he never got to any contract talks or anything with Saudi Arabian teams. We want to make that clear. Like,
and he snubbed him, man, to stay at Liverpool, and he's very happy, and he's ready to even sign a new contract.
And maybe there's another guy that might do the same after Ali. Just saying.
Yeah, that look, if you're Trent, Virgil, or Mo, and you hear Allison Becker wants to stay at the football club.
Exactly.
I mean, that's
Virgil's already said, by the way, that's already come out. The only issue with Virgil's contract is the contract length. Yeah. But he wants to stay. Like, he's done an interview saying he wants to stay at Liverpool.
Yeah, he literally don't want to.
And Mo's not saying anything. He's just taking pictures of his 8-pack.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you? Let's face it. But why wouldn't you? But look, this is great news. Obviously, Alisson wanting to stay at Liverpool Football Club. Look, it's a massive endorsement to obviously that the likes of Arne Slot as well, because a lot of people assumed that with Kloppo gone, everyone else is going to follow. They're only here for Klopp, but that's a good endorsement from Arne Slot and his team as well. And Allison Becker wants to stay. Right, let me get to a thing here. I thought I saw something in the chat there. Chicken Tikka Mo Salah. That is a heck of a name.
That was my fantasy football name.
Was it?
Team name, last year.
Chicken Tikka
Mo Salah.
It's a great name. As a Liverpool fan, this is the worst window I've ever seen under any manager. It's an effing joke, Jamie Ladd. PR used to brainwash our fan base. Right. I agree it's a bad transfer window, but I believe it or not, and K-Mac will be the same as me, we've seen worse. I remember, and K-Mac and a lot of people in the chat will remember as well, in a summer where we bought Milan Jokovic, Jovanovic, Joe Cole.
I'm glad I wasn't drinking that.
And Christian Poulsen. That was a worse transfer window than this one. But I do get what you're saying as well. It's a bad window.
I'd say the Wilson, Konchesky and Bogdan wasn't great either.
No, sometimes it's mad. Sometimes I'd rather not sign anyone than go through Christian Poulsen and Jovanovic and Joe Cole again. Do you know what I mean? They were hard times, man. Oh, what was the defender's name as well? What was that defender's name we got as well? That same summer. Oh, right. This is going to kill me now. K-Mac, if you want to just say something about Alisson.
Guy?
No, it wasn't a Greek guy. A Scottish guy, I think. Right, you go about Alisson a minute, K-Mac. I'm just going to find it.
Yeah, the thing about Joe Cole as well, which annoys me the most, is everybody talks to him like he was a really good Liverpool player, and he just wasn't.
No,
Absolutely garbage. But he's kind of jumped on board with like all the other Liverpool players who are now doing commentary and stuff.
Yeah,
and you're like talking to him, and you're like, don't even talk about Liverpool, mate. You were ass.
Yeah,
you just broke. But
he was completely dead.
The Alisson thing is interesting because there is an element to that may put pressure on another person who may look at that and go, "Yeah,
Danny Wilson." Danny
Wilson.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah, Danny Wilson.
I just didn't remember his name. Yeah, so there is an element of that may sit with other players now, and they go, "Oh, Ali's come out now and said that he's committing. Maybe we should do the same. Maybe this might be the next couple of days of players committing to the club, like verbally, which is what we need.
Yeah,
and then we get some bangers signed.
look, let's hope.
And then everyone's happy.
Everyone's happy. But look,
I reckon one player would probably make me happy now.
Yeah,
we're getting that desperate as fans. Just one player will make me happy.
Yeah, I agree. Look, Allison Becker, it even speaks there that they spoke to him about Mamardashvili before we spoke to, till we found out on social media, and the world found out we was after another goalkeeper, and that's why. As Liverpool fans, we all ask questions. What's happened there? Why are we after this very, very good goalkeeper who's got a chance of being an extremely elite goalkeeper in the future? Why are we going after him when we got Allison Becker in goal? It don't make sense having him as a number 2. He's a number 1 goalkeeper. So are we losing Allison Becker? And, we've all discussed it. None of us knew. It's just the whole point of just having discussions. But Ali knew the whole time. Ali's perfectly fine. He's like, I'm not going nowhere. Want to stay here? They've already asked me about Mamardashvili. Yeah,
2026.
You've already asked me about Mamardashvili. I'm happy with him coming. It was, we talked about it together. We thought it was a good idea. I mean, what? This is a good bit. Look, Allison Becker staying at Liverpool is a bit of a godsend in a way, because if one of them do go out of the 3 next summer, we couldn't. I know Mamardashvili's coming in, but losing Alisson on top of that would be quite difficult. Let's put it that way, even with a good goalkeeper coming in.
Yeah.
Because it's just the presence of people, ain't it? Him committing his future, it's massive, ain't it, K-Mac? It's like, turning people down, turning countries down, clubs down, wants to stay here, and it's good news all round. And as we said, it's a glowing endorsement.
It is good news as well, because there was a lot of rumours, the fact that Klopp went and he really dealt with it badly, and he was given extended leave, and obviously the coaching staff changed as well, and there was a lot of rumours that he was probably going to go, and maybe we were going to look at a guy to replace him, next year. But now that he said, "No, I'm here, my contract runs out 2026," that's great stuff. That's great news. Mamardashvili he might end up just being a signing that we just sell for twice as much in a couple of years. We just don't know. He might never ever play for us. We just don't know. But if Ali stays fit, then amazing. Honestly, amazing if Ali stays fit.
Yeah, I mean, look, here's one thing we could say.
And at the moment, he looks better with his feet than Keller.
Yeah, which,
Keller was terrible in the pre-season.
Alisson, the thing with Alisson, he's good with his feet. He's not quick with his feet. He takes his time, don't he? But he can obviously use his feet. And look, I've just looked on transfer market as well. Ali's contract goes till 2027.
Oh, does
so
it?
He's got 3 years left. He's got 3 years left in his deal yet, and he's on about signing a new one. So hopefully we've got Ali for the long term. But here's the thing. So we know for a fact that Mamardashvili is back when the I don't know if the transfer is done yet, but I think it's going to be done.
It's not done yet.
Yeah. Once it's done, Mamardashvili is going to go on Valencia back on loan. Yeah. He's going to Valencia back on loan for a year. And then Mamardashvili officially joins Liverpool in the July of 2025. Then, because Liverpool can't, it's difficult for Liverpool to loan him this season. So he stays at Valencia because we can't do it. So obviously Liverpool could loan him in 2025, yeah. But Kelleher's going to leave the football club. Obviously, you got Jarell there. If we keep Mamardashvili and we got Alisson and Mamardashvili, is that the best 1-2 goalkeeper depth in the world?
Yeah, I think so. I think you've got the best. I think you've got the best goalkeeper in the world, and I think you've got the best under 25 goalkeeper in the world, as his backup.
That's just
pretty
mad,
incredible.
Isn't it?
It's pretty mad. It's
It's
doing
mad.
things the right way, isn't it? Let's be honest.
That's all we've ever asked, though, isn't it? This is what we keep asking for.
Yeah.
Big up Mueski. Said the club needs to have the future. We're not going to last forever. This is what Ali said. I'm getting old, not for a goalkeeper. I'm still young. I have a lot of energy and I still have much to give. Yeah, exactly. Big up Emil. Yeah, they're quotes today from Allison Becker.
I see a lot of stuff in the chat about Keller. I genuinely don't think Keller's going to be ours to the end of the season. I think he's going to be sold this window. I can see someone just coming in and just doing a cheeky 20 million, like a panic signing for a goalkeeper, because there's still a couple of clubs that are looking for keepers. And you've got, what's the name, being floated around now, haven't you? Aaron Ramsdale. Everyone's after him now. So there's going to be a club that doesn't get a Ramsdale, and they're just going to go, right, let's just get Keller. We know how much he's worth. He's a Premier League goalkeeper. I think someone will. I don't see him staying. I just don't.
No.
For his own career, he's 25 and he's played less than 30 games.
Yeah, I mean,
career, mate.
We obviously all rate Kelleher. I think he's a good goalkeeper. With this news about Allison Becker going nowhere, there is no point even Kelleher staying at Liverpool. There's just not.
I mean, him reading that from Paul Joyce, mate.
Yeah,
he could get on the phone to his agents and go, "Just get me out of here now."
Yeah, Alisson's pretty much done. What Alisson's done tonight is pretty much told Quaven Kelleher, "You might as well leave, son."
I mean, he might have stopped the Mamardashvili deal as well.
Yeah, it's a weird one, ain't it? It's a weird one, but
that might get binned now because Mamardashvili goes, "Oh, he's not gone for 3 years." and he still wants to do a new contract.
Yeah, it's weird, ain't it? Because
Yeah,
I think signing Mamardashvili is a sensible thing to do, even if he doesn't play for us for 3 years.
Yeah.
I still think it's a sensible thing to do because they looked at a goalkeeper that was available in the market, and for the future you could get him for 30 million quid. It's the sensible and right thing to do. So I don't mind the club doing that, and Alisson stays around, but look, it puts to bed all the rumours of Alisson maybe leaving. So we spoke about maybe Alisson wants to go next year. We all thought maybe Alisson spoke to the club behind the scenes, told him it's his final year, he's going to leave next season. Now we know that's bull. Alisson wants to stay. We're all happy. Like, we can rest assured, Allison Becker will be a Liverpool goalkeeper for the foreseeable future, and hopefully long term as well. So that's good. Let's talk about other contracts. We will talk about the Brentford game in a little bit, guys. We're just going to talk about some Liverpool gossip and news as well. Talk about Virgil van Dijk. So Virgil van Dijk, David Lynch has come out yesterday and today said that it looks like Virgil wants to stay at Liverpool. He don't see himself playing anywhere else. I've gone on record and saying this. I just don't know where Virgil goes at his age. And a whole of his contract, the only thing he wants is he's basically length for deal, ain't it, K-Mac? So what we're hearing is the money's not really the issue.
Yeah.
It's the length of contract, ain't it?
Yeah, I don't think we're too keen on offering longer than 2-year contracts on these players. And I think Veg wants 3. And I don't think we might do like after 2 years, we might do like a 1-year extension, like a trigger extension. Like maybe that'll be something we can throw in. But that's the whole point in contracts. Like, it's negotiations, isn't it? So they're obviously negotiating, and they've negotiated. The money's fine. So it's just the years. So that could be the same with Trent, by the way. Like, we don't know. Like, so getting Virgil tied down will be huge. It will be huge. And the fact that Ali's now come out and said no to Saudi Arabia, I think Virgil's going to be the next to say no to Saudi Arabia, because we know he probably got offers as well. Because there was loads of rumours about his agent maybe meeting people in Turkey after the Euros, who were from Saudi Arabia. Like, that came out in a couple of newspapers. So hopefully this is now the time where they're just going to come out like one by one and say, no, I'm staying, and that's just music to our ears. And then we sign some belters, and everyone's happy. And I'll keep on saying that.
And then what's happening?
Because we keep on saying it enough, it'll happen.
Big up Colin has been a member for 16 months. Big up Colin says, big up Jamie.
Colin.
Big up to you, man. Big up Rocky says, James, sorry if you've already been asked, but did you watch the overlap with Rafa? I did.
I watched it with David Ornstein. That was interesting.
Yeah, David Ornstein one was interesting. But yeah, the Rafa Benitez one on the overlap with the guys was a really good show, actually. Rafa comes across a really nice guy, to be fair. He does come across a great guy.
He is.
Some of the things he went in depth about, the way transfers were dealt under Hicks and Gillette, and the players he actually went for, but they turned down and said they can't afford to buy that. Yeah, like Liverpool could have won the league under Rafa Benitez if they just gave him that little push, financially. Big up Mike says, great piece of business, spending valuable time trying to sign a goalkeeper that won't play for a couple of years is focusing on here and now. I hear you. It is confusing now. You hear that Alisson wants us to stay, so I do hear that. With Virgil, I think Virgil signs a deal. I think they come to some kind of agreement with Virgil. I just think it's mad to let any 3 of them go right now, to be absolutely fair. I mean, it just don't make sense. I'll keep saying it. If there's a better right winger in the world than Mo Salah, go and buy him. If there ain't, keep him. Don't care how old he is. Just keep him. What's the benefit of letting him go? If there's a better centre back.
I mean, I'm not being funny. I don't think there's pound for pound, like in what you've done production wise, I don't think there's a better right back. Oh, sorry, right winger in the Premier League, like since I've been watching the Premier League, and
No.
a centre back since I've been watching the Premier League. Like you're guaranteed 4 or 5 goals from Virgil as well. Like that's insane. Like
I mean, in reality, Virgil should get 10 a season. He's so dominant.
Yeah, no, I mean the chances he misses is insane. But the fact that you're guaranteed about 5 goals from him, and they're always big goals, by the way, from Virg, always big goals. And with Mo Salah, they're always big goals from Mo. Like, I just don't think there's any. I personally don't think there's a better right winger in the world, and I don't think there's a better centre back in the world. Like,
no, especially on that left hand side, like that left hand side of the centre, like of the centre backs where Virgil plays for the national team and for his club side. It just there ain't many better, especially one-on-one defenders.
He can play right as well, by the way. That
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it's just
he could play right. Like
he can play where he can play wherever he wants.
He's a right footer, so he could play right.
It's just he's such a great player. I just feel like at this moment in time, there's no benefit for letting any of them go. Now, obviously with Trent, look, because Trent's a right back, it's a little bit different because you're going to be looking at Trent to give him a contract that not a lot of right backs or defenders see money-wise to keep him at the football club. You're probably going to be looking at keeping Trent will probably cost you 300 grand a week to sign a new deal, which
I think it's more, mate.
It's probably more.
I think he's going to be on Salah wages.
And that's so much money for a fullback.
And you're putting a right back on like assists and goals bonuses as well, which is crazy.
Yeah, Trent. This is how good Trent. No, guys, the thing is though, us saying this just shows how good Trent is. This is the thing. He is that good of a footballer. But look, if Trent left, right, it would be disheartening because he's leaving the football club. But this is a weird thing to say, but hear me out on this one, guys. Don't all come at me at once here.
I might come at you this one, mate.
You can
I don't know where you're going here.
You can find a better right back defensively than Trent Alexander-Arnold, yeah. But offensively, you're not going to find any right back as good as Trent Alexander-Arnold. So it's worth keeping him. I'm going to keep saying this time and time again. It's like a broken record, but if you're playing the right way and the system's correct, Trent will win you more matches than he loses you. Okay, it is as simple as that. He will win you more matches than he will lose you. And I look at right backs in the Premier League. I literally do. I know a lot of people. They talk about Trent can't defend. I watch a lot of Premier League football, a lot of you guys, yeah. And I look at all the right backs in the Premier League, and I really sit there and go, are any of them actually really that good? Like, honestly, I think about it. Are any of the right backs really that good? Like, are they all that level? Yeah. Kyle Walker is meant to be the best right back, makes so many mistakes. A lot of mistakes never get highlighted. Reece James makes a lot of mistakes, never gets highlighted, always injured. You know, I wouldn't say right backs are such a level, are at such a level that, but everyone goes on Trent because Trent is seen as this mistake-driven right back, where in reality, Trent's defending is probably as good as most right backs in the Premier League. Now, Porro at Spurs is okay. He's nothing great. He's okay. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing elite out there. Ben White is like a centre back who plays right back, who's a very good right back.
I'm talking about
goals. I'm talking about like elite level where it's such a drop off. Like everyone acts like Trent is such a drop off defensively to the right backs in this country. It's just because it's highlighted all the time. If the media highlighted Reece James out of position all the time, we'd be having the same conversation about Reece James. If the media highlighted Kyle Walker out of position all the time, the media highlight it. Did the media once highlight Kyle Walker being out of position numerous times at the Euros?
No,
not once. So it wasn't highlighted.
The Trent's on the back pages.
Yeah,
so it was his fault, even though he was on the pitch for about 8 minutes.
Yeah. So all you heard was that Trent can't play in midfield. All you heard in Euros in the media, Trent can't play in midfield when you got the right back making countless mistakes for England at the time.
Yeah,
but no one talks about it.
We conceded 2 goals because of him in game. Like, it's just a fact. Like, he played one of them on side, and the other one he was completely out of position. The thing about it as well is, like, I agree with you to a lot what you said, but what I don't agree with is Trent's being highlighted for issues with his defensive capabilities, not because of Trent. It's because of the formation and the structure that Trent's been forced to play in. Like, that's not his fault. Like, it's not his fault that the manager wants him in midfield and he also wants him as a right back. Like, that's not his fault that he's been asked to do two jobs. Like, so you give him one job to do, which is a right back or even a wing back, and you're going to get loads of assists, you're going to get goals, you're going to get tons of creativity, and you're also going to get loads of recoveries and defensive duels that are won. And, you know, you're going to get a defender there as well. But if you're asking him to play in midfield as well, then Trent's a liability. But anyone would be a liability doing that.
Any player
because
put in that position.
You can't do 2 jobs at once.
Exactly.
And the reason why I say that is you then just have to look at Konate. Like, Konate's been asked to do 2 jobs. He's been asked to be a central defender and a right back. And he can't cope with those. And I don't think any players can. Like, so it's all about the structure and it's all about the formation. And another big thing about Trent is there was a massive narrative and agenda against Trent on Sky Sports. And they always pointed him out for like 2 or 3 things. One of them was Rashford years ago. One of them was Anthony Martial years before that. And the other one was Vinny Jr. Like, is that it? Is that it? Oh, and there was a mark of it. There was who was the Fulham striker who scored that towering header?
And the thing is, though, do you know,
back post, like right backs, left backs, back post always have issues with crosses.
Fullbacks always
a fact,
because fullbacks are shorter than centre backs, right?
Yeah, and they're also coming in late.
Yeah, exactly. They're all like fullbacks have been caught out for years. It's just the way it is. Yeah. Fullbacks have been caught out for years, right? Because fullbacks are shorter than centre backs, and they're wider in the pitch. Yeah, which means they got to, when they got to cover the centre back, they got further to go from fullback position to centre back position, right? To cover areas of the pitch. They got more area to cover as a fullback. So fullbacks get caught out. Tricky wingers take fullbacks on. It happens, yeah. Trent, he's not the greatest defender in the world. He's not Palio Maldini, but Palio Maldini started his career as a centre back. Went into our fullback area because he's just an immense defender. You look at the best fullbacks in our league, defensive wise, most of them are natural centre backs. So they can go out there and defend. Like Joe Gomez is a good defender at left back, not because he's a good left back. It's because he's a good defender because he's brought up as a centre back. So he knows how to defend. So he can play in them wider areas.
Also, Ben White was a centre back.
And Ben White is a centre back most of his career, and that's why he defends well in them full back areas because he's naturally gifted at defending. Trent's not naturally gifted at defending, but I think in this day and age of fullbacks, I don't think there are a lot are. I don't think. Well, I think the media act like Trent is down here for defensive work, but up here for offensive work, and every other right back in Europe is up here defensively, and it's not true. It's not true at all. Mo Salah, it looks like the rumours coming out about Mo Salah are a little worrying.
I think it's bull, mate. I think it's bull.
I can't see because I'm going to say.
Do you remember what happened last time? Do you remember what happened last time? Everyone was saying he was going,
and then he signed his contract,
and then he signed a new contract.
And we broke our wage structure to do it.
Exactly. The same's going to happen, mate.
I've always said, because Michael Edwards is in charge now, and he has no one to tell him otherwise now.
He
He is
loves
the
Mo
boss.
as well. Edwards
But
loves Mo.
and I know Edwards likes getting rid of 30-plus-year-old players. Like, he wanted Henderson and Milner out the door, we know, but he didn't have the power at the time to do it. The thing with Mo, he's Michael's boy. Michael
There's
Edwards
no drop
is
off, and there's been no drop off whatsoever.
And Michael Edwards is the reason that he went and got Mo. He wanted Mo Salah, so and there's no drop off with Mo so far. No. A
goal assist in his first game back.
Yeah, there's just no drop off with Mo. So I'd sign all these if we can sign. I know we haven't signed anybody at the moment, guys. So don't come at me like I'm sticking up for the football club or anything. I'm not. I'm just saying, like, if we can get Alisson to stay long term, like he said, and we sign all the three up to new deals, takes a bit of the weight off. I'm not saying it's a great window or anything like that. I'm just saying it takes a bit of weight off, and hopefully that's what we get done. That's hopefully what we get done. Got some questions here, and yeah, right. Let's get on with these. So, any truth in the Branthwaite rumours? So, my man came out messaged me earlier today. Talking about
don't even say this on the channel, otherwise I'll end up getting thrown in that court that Enns did.
Yeah, that was quite good. Did Enns actually go shopping for all that gear?
Did you see what I wrote in the chat? It was like, it's starting to remind me a bit like Christmas. He looks like Santa Claus.
a bit crazy.
I asked him if he had a gavel. Like if he went full belt. Yeah,
Braithwaite.
I mean, Quansah basically convicted himself in that court.
Yeah, he did. His lawyer might as well just ripped out the papers. Yeah. Braithwaite, any rumours came out? What do you reckon? These come out tonight as well, didn't they? They come out tonight as well.
So apparently, look, this isn't me, by the way. Okay, I'm not ITK, but this was from a major newspaper, by the way, that we bid 63 million with 7 million add-ons. And Branthwaite is 100% interested in the move. And, after the debacle, Everton are now bottom of the table. Like they could do with 70 million to buy some bloody midfielders because they are dreadful in midfield. Like they can't control the game, so they could do with 70 million to go and get some midfielders.
Yeah.
But this guy's been waiting for Manchester United, so he's got no allegiance to Everton, by the way. No allegiance whatsoever. He came from Carlisle, if anyone wants to know. He came from Carlisle youth team.
Yeah.
Couldn't be any further away from Everton.
Obviously, the newspaper in question we won't name.
Yeah, that's the one.
As Liverpool fans, so
yeah, it's
a very hard media but other media outlets have picked it up. Obviously he
it's
was
in the Echo, by the way. It's in the Echo.
Yeah, and he was Bookie's favourite as well last week to join Liverpool.
That was a mad one, that,
with many other people. So yeah, look, Everton are dog turd. They're getting relegated. It's plain as eye. They've got no goal scorers. They've lost their best midfielder. Anthony Gordon went the season before. They still got Calvert-Lewin as their main striker. They're going down, right? They're getting relegated. They're terrible. You got a terrible goalkeeper, as we saw again today, who just doesn't care. By the way, do you see? Sorry, I don't care.
Oh, there you go. Mark Lawrence was from Carlisle. Well, there you go.
There you go.
Mark, if you
get it was great. Like if he's anything like Mark Lawrence, you got a player in your hand. But Braithwaite is an interesting one. I don't see. I'd be shocked if Braithwaite's there all season came out. I'd be shocked.
Oh God, yeah. Like I mean, I've got to be honest. I'm really surprised Real Madrid haven't gone in for him because he was an Ancelotti signing. In case you didn't know, and Ancelotti absolutely loved him. Like, and gave him a debut, and then sent him out on loan to PSV to get more game time where he shone.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, seriously, throw 70 million. Like, and the reason why I did it on my show, you've potentially got the 2 centre backs for England for the next 10 years. You just have. Like, you've got Jarell Quansah, 6'2" monster, who's potentially getting called up for England in the next internationals, and you've got Branthwaite, who's already had an England cap, 22, 6'5". They're exactly who we sign. They are the players we sign, and they're both English. Like, can you imagine the relationship they both build up, like playing next to each other? Seriously, that is just a great bit of business, and he's better than Gahey. I'm sorry, he's better than Gahey. And you look at him as well. Like, the amount of battling he had to do last season. Like, they got battered last season, like, by every team, and they managed to pull off draws and wins. And he was the heart of all of it. Like, 33 games he played last season, I think.
Yeah.
22 years old, left-footed. We haven't got a left-footer. And Arne Slot wants a left-footer, like David Hancho. Like, he's a Dutch coach. They play with left-footed centre-backs. Like, it's really important.
No,
yeah,
I'm with
anyway,
you, man.
that's all I'm saying about it. Like, it's not my money. Chuck 70 million at him. Like, Everton shouldn't say no. Like, they really shouldn't.
No, I'm with you, man. Braithwaite's a good player, man. I'd go for it. Look, Everton might.
Everyone gets his name mixed up, by the way. It's Branthwaite.
Branthwaite.
Everyone writes Braithwaite, but it's
like
Branthwaite.
Like the wine company. I see. If I'm Liverpool, I'd go for him because he's that age bracket that Liverpool are after. He's a unit as well. He's good in the air. He's good on the ball. He's a good defender. He was an excellent defender for Everton last year, and he's a good player. The problem with Everton's got, if they let him go this long in the window, you're pretty much signing their death warrant unless they can go out and get some players in quickly. The other problem with Everton, they owe, is it 777? Don't they owe them like 300 million? And they would how do you owe a company that was meant to buy your football club money?
That's how badly they were run, mate.
How do you do that? So Everton are in a lot of financial issues. They're probably going to get another PSR points deduction coming up because they're not going to be able to clear their debts. The only way
70 million should help them, though, to some extent.
That's the only way of clearing it.
Yeah,
stop them getting a points deduction, because if they get a points deduction, they're going down, ain't they? They're not going to survive this time.
There's a really good chance as well that he goes on strike. Like, seriously, like, they outpriced him for a move to Man United, so he's probably not happy. He probably isn't happy at the club. Like, I'll be honest, like, he's better than Everton. Like, he just is. Like, I am surprised Real Madrid didn't have a little sniff at that. I'm really surprised. But the thing about it as well, and this is something I wanted to get across to people, like, it genuinely looks like it's pretty hard to get foreign players from countries to play for a club in the north of England. It's starting to look like that is an issue. Like, and there's only certain people that seem to come, and they normally after money bags, wages. That seems to be the only way you get him in. Yep. This guy's in Liverpool. Like, you could literally do the medical and the deal in an hour. Because he's only across the road at Everton. You know what I mean? This is something you could get done really quickly. So, and if we leave it right to the end, the problem I've got is it doesn't give Everton any time to spend money. So that's why I think you should probably get it done a bit sooner. Give them a week or two, or a week at least, to maybe get some players in. But if you hold them to ransom right at the end of the window, and then they do the deal, like, it may end up costing us more. I don't know, but we will be looking at him. We should be
definitely. Yeah. I don't know else we would. It makes sense. It does make sense. There's no doubt about it. Big up Delwyn with the Super said Edwards is a final boss, lads. Like the Rock, if you know it, you know, Joey. Use and honor rebuilding new teams, selling average players. I do expect 3 new signings. One, of course, is Gabi Mamardashvili. We get him over the line. Big up Delwyn. I do agree with that.
Big up Delwyn.
I said that in my last video about, you know, what they're trying to do will make sense in 3 years' time, you know. But us as football fans, we don't want to wait 3 years. We want today, don't we?
Have you seen that? Sorry, Bob Paddock. You got to put that up on the chat.
Phillips Everton's compensation. Do you know that would work though?
That would work a treat. He's made for Everton. He's a battler.
That would work because when Everton go down, they go have a ready-made centre back to play in that league.
Yeah. I mean, he blood, sweat, and tears with big old Nat.
Yeah, that do. But the Branthwaite rumours have come back around, as I said. Is there any truth to it? We won't know. Obviously, there's other rumours that's hopefully be going away, and that's a certain Ecuadorian centre back as well.
Yeah. Who I'd love as well, by the way. I think
in Campo. Is it in Campo? Is that how you pronounce his name?
Yeah. There's also rumours to the other guy at that club as well, but I can't pronounce his name.
Oh, Palios, is it?
No, he's a centre back. He plays on the opposite side.
Oh, I know the one you're on about.
Not Taposa, the other guy, but I can't pronounce his name.
I know you're on about. But in Cape, again, them rumours are circulating as well. Now in Cape can play left back, so I could see the idea of it. There is rumours that Tsimikas might leave before the end of the window as well.
12 million, I've heard.
Which is what, £1 million profit of what we bought him for.
Yeah.
Which look is pretty good, but yeah, Andrew's got it there.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I can't. Was it? I don't even know how you pronounce
that. Yeah.
Kosanu.
Yeah, Kosanu. Yeah.
Kosanu.
Do you think Tsimikas?
He's a unit as well, by the way. That guy.
He is. So, like, Tsimikas leaving. I think Joe Cole. I've got Joe Cole in my brain now. I think Joe Gomez. Stays unless something really happens towards the end of the window. Quansah and Konate and Virgil obviously not going nowhere. If Tsimikas does leave, do you see us going in for a left back?
If Tsimikas goes, then we are signing a left back.
Yeah.
Like if Joe Gomez goes, we're signing a centre back.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if they're looking at like a hybrid centre back, left back, like we spoke before.
Well, I think Incape's perfect then because he's played about 60% of his games as a left back as well.
Yeah, so that would be a perfect signing if they're going to do that. There's obviously news today that Wataru Endo is being looked at from Celtic.
Stop looking at our players. They can just sign some of them. Like stop looking at them and just sign one.
I will say that Wataru Endo at Celtic does work. I ain't gonna lie. That would work and it makes sense. But again,
to be honest, they're losing their top goal scorer, aren't they? What's his name? Matt. Is it Taylor? Matt Taylor?
Oh, the midfielder.
Brighton. Yeah, he's gone
Riley,
to
ain't it? Matt Riley, ain't it?
Matt Riley's gone to Brighton. They've signed him.
So they're going in a midfielder. So Endo, Endo could happen.
Tell you what, you can clip me on this. I think Brighton are an outside chance of getting Champions League this season.
Yeah.
I think they are an outside chance of getting Champions League. The signings they have made have been unbelievable.
They've made good signings, there's no doubt about it. We'll see with Brighton. I've got my vendetta against Aston Villa, which I'm going to get proved right with. Let me just say it now, right? I said in the summer that the transfer business Aston Villa's done has been overrated, right? I see people bigging up that Rodgers bloke today who played for Aston Villa, bigging him up. He couldn't pass a ball to save his life, and he couldn't shoot.
There was people on X who were saying that Liverpool should sign him.
What? Because he's big and can run with the ball.
Because he had one game where he didn't do any end product. But yeah, we've already got a player that does that.
He's big and can run with the ball, but he can't pass the ball for shit and he can't shoot. Yeah, let's go for him.
Yeah.
And he's got no acceleration. Yeah, let's go for that Rodgers guy. I said it in the summer. Villa have made their team weaker. They just have. You know, they've brought average players. They brought on their subs bench today. They brought on Ross Barkley and Duran. They were their two subs. Duran and Ross Barkley. And I'm meant to be afraid of Aston Villa. I told you they've made their team weaker. Just because they bought a load of players doesn't mean anything. Their team's skank. You got Bailey.
Who did they take off? They
took
Ramsey off.
They took off
Watkins.
Watkins off.
Had the best chances.
Yeah, he can't hit a barn door, man.
I tell you what, man, he doesn't half miss some chances. Like
he missed a lot of chances.
If Nunes was doing, I'm just going to ask the chat. If Nunes was doing what Ollie Watkins did, would you be absolutely castigating him and saying, right, he's rubbish, because Nunes was doing that last season, but so was Ollie Watkins. Like they were both doing the same things.
Yeah, Watkins is garbage, man.
Everyone wanted Watkins.
I said Watkins weren't that good last season. People came at me. You know, I don't think
every game Watkins misses sitters.
Yeah. Only Darwin Núñez had more shots at goal than Watkins, I believe, last season. Yeah, I've been on this thing for Villa. I think they're a good side and they're a good team. I think they're going to struggle. They should have lost to West Ham last weekend as well.
They were lucky.
They got lucky against West Ham. They got easily beat by Arsenal in the end. It could have been 4 or 5. It's just, I'm not having it, man. Yeah, they bought players, man, but the players are not good enough. They're not good enough. They sold their best 2 players. They sold their best midfielder in Douglas Luiz. And all they've gone and bought is Onana, who can't pass or set up anything. No creativity. John McGinn, no creativity. Rodgers, no creativity. And Tielemans. That's their midfield.
Tielemans is the best one out of the lot.
Yeah, and he's not exactly Mr. Creative.
They got him on free.
They've lost a lot of their. They've lost a lot of their. Everyone's saying Rodgers looked quality. He looked good running with the ball, guys. But did you see him? Did you see him pass the ball or shoot? It was terrible. I'd rather have Gravenberch doing that. At least he can pass the ball. You know what I mean? I just, look. Gravenberch runs with the ball exactly the same as Rodgers did, and he can pass and shoot. So I'll have Gravenberch over Rodgers. Thank you very much. You know,
he's a winger, isn't he? Isn't Rodgers a winger?
Not sure. What
Rodgers? I think he came from Man City's youth team, by the way.
Rodgers did not pass the ball today to anybody. He had no final ball, and his shooting was terrible. He ran with the ball really well, and he looked strong, but that's it. He did nothing.
Didn't they pay like 20 million for him?
Yeah.
About 17 million or something.
He's a winger.
So got like 10 million of that, I think.
He's just a thicker set Luis Diaz. That's all he is. And people get annoyed with Luis Diaz. Talking about shit wingers, Martinelli. There you go. I've told the world forever now. People go start waking up and realise that Martinelli had one good year. Like one good year. No, absolute pants. Absolute pants.
Took him off when the guy that replaced him scored after like 2 touches.
Yeah, Trossard.
He's good though, mate. I've wanted him at Liverpool for ages. He's a brilliant player, Trossard.
Yeah, Martinelli is a pile of wank. I've been saying this for a while now.
Trossard reminds me of Jota, you know. Does he remind you of Jota? Trossard and
Jota. Trossard and Jota are exactly the same.
Quite similar.
Exactly the same player.
Absolute warriors. Exactly. Get involved in everything and just so clinical. Like
I think Trossard's more of an impact player, though.
Yeah,
he's not great at playing 90 minutes. But big up everyone in chat. We don't have to agree, guys. It's all good. I don't like that Rodgers, guys. That's all I'm saying. I don't think he's that great. Yeah. But that's just me.
Terrible second name.
That's just
reminds me of someone else.
He's got an unfortunate surname, but for me, he's not that good. And I think in a few months' time, we'll be wondering where he's gone. Personally, that's just me. And Martinelli's totally cack. In fact, I'd rather have Diaz over all of them, and I'm not even a big fan of Diaz. But yeah, so Alisson's staying. Contracts hopefully get sorted. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Transfers, obviously, it looks like Liverpool, if they go buy anyone, they go buy a centre back. I don't think. Look, in my opinion, I'll be shocked if we buy anyone. I'd be absolutely shocked if we buy anyone. We're selling a lot of players,
So
making a lot of money.
Do you think we're going to sell any more?
Yeah, I think. Well, what I read today is that Liverpool are happy if Ben Doak goes to sell, if they get the right money for him, and Stefan Bajcetic.
Because there's 8 players that didn't get played in the under-21 game. 8 players who would all play in the under-21s.
Yeah, they've all
so
gone.
all of them.
Yeah,
all of them can go. All of them.
Yeah,
that's quite scary. It's really scary, that, mate.
Harvey Blair's gone.
Yeah, so you've got these 8 players are Doak, Gordon, Morton, Stefan Bajcetic, Owen Beck, like McConnell. Like it's quite scary. I've got to say, mate, it is a bit scary. Like you're literally getting rid of everybody that could potentially come in and stem the flow if there's any like big injuries. Like I'm all for like selling players that aren't ever going to play and have asked to leave, but these guys haven't actually asked to leave. Like keep a few of them around.
Yeah,
like seriously, like you're getting
don't like them.
Like literally the under 18s. There was 6 under 16s in the under 18s.
So
we're basically bringing toddlers in now.
Yeah,
and we're going to end up putting under 18s in the under 21s because we haven't got enough players.
Yeah, I think they're looking at. Mate. I think they're looking at younger players that are better than what we got now.
It's a bit scary.
That's why they're getting them. The Rio kid. I know a lot of people are asking why Rio and Liverpool's not a done deal yet. It's because they had to go for a court case.
Yeah, they're both done. So was the Alvin.
But you
can't.
The
Alvin deal.
Yeah, for the Wolves guy. These 2 guys, Liverpool
so highly rated.
They're better than what we're selling. And that's why we're getting rid of them. That's why people like Ben Doak they're willing to listen to offers. That's why Bobby Clark, they were willing to let go because they believe these guys coming from Wolves and Chelsea, Rio and can't remember the Wolves guy. You just said it. They believe that's it. They believe they're better footballers. So there's no point keeping the others around to let them go. So that's what they're doing. I don't know if it's the truth or it's going to work. Who knows? But that's what they're doing. The Stefan Bajcetic one is a crazy one because big up Anwar as well. Paul Joyce said it, my man. Paul Joyce. He said it just before we went live. And Jan's right here. Liverpool technically have been busy like this. I mean, it's true.
It's going that way.
It's true. It's true.
I mean, they could literally say that, couldn't we? Yeah, we've had a really busy window. What are you whinging about?
I mean, in reality, they have. It's just the wrong way.
We're just throwing them out the window.
That's a good term. The Stefan one. Now, I spoke about this yesterday. We had a discussion. The Stefan one, as far as I am aware, Arnold Slot doesn't see him as a DM. Because Arnold Slot don't see him as a DM and he sees him as a number 8. In his opinion, we've got far too many players in that position. And he's not going to play, so he needs to go on loan.
And he is a number 8, mate. Can we just agree with this?
We've always said it. We've
said he's a number 8.
We've never said it. We don't think he's a number 6.
Yeah, and he's not a defender. He's not a defender.
He's more boxable. He's better than people give him credit for if you put him in the position he wants to play in. But if Arnold Slot thinks he's going to be an 8, he's not getting in front of McAllister, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, Curtis or Elliott right now. So he needs to go on loan. The problem is how many players actually go on loan and come back? Now, I know Harvey Elliott did. We know Tyler Morton's going to be looking for a new club. There's no doubt about that. He ain't hanging around either. Do you see us? Is there a future for Stefan Bajcetic?
Yeah.
Came back.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Look, let me just break it down now. Like just over this weekend's games. So this weekend's games, you had 4 of our players that are on loan who were in the pre-season who've already played for their clubs. So you've got Lucas Stevenson, who went on loan to Dundee, scored today, and he's playing as a right back. So good for him. You've got Chambers, Luke Chambers, who played for Wigan today, who won, and he played as a left back. Good for him. You've got Lewis Kumas, who scored the equaliser for Stoke today in the Championship, but they got beat, unfortunately, 2-1. But he scored today. He also hit the crossbar twice as well, by the way. So he had a really good game. So you've got players that have gone on loans and are performing at higher levels now. Like I just don't think we're going to do stupid loans now to like Accrington Stanley and like I know Reece Williams went to Scott Morecambe. He actually played, but they're trying to get the guy out the club. Like he's a 23-year-old. Like they want to move him on.
Once his contract's gone, he'll just be off.
Yeah, but these guys are young and are highly rated. Like Jabi Alonso wanted Luke Chambers. There's a lot of clubs that were looking at him. He's a 20-year-old. He's sensational. If he has a really good half season at Wigan, we could do what we've done with other players and just bring him back early. And he can be a left back. He can be a left back like for the rest of the season. Like you just don't know how that's going to play out. But this is what I see. Like with the Stefan Bajcetic one, the clubs that are looking at him are like Celta Vigo, Seville, like Real Sociedad looking at him, which I would personally tell them to F off. Because the Zuba Mendy stuff. So you're having a laugh, aren't you, mate?
That's never going to happen.
Like if that happens, I will be with pitchforks.
That would make no sense.
But yeah, we're looking at loaning players to better teams and dealing with things better, and monitoring them as well, making sure that they go like we've already said, like all these players that we've loaned out have a percentage that they need to play. And if they don't, then we'll just drag them off you. And with the Bajcetic one, it's been stated he plays as a central midfielder and he hits a quota. And you don't play him as a DM and you don't play him as a centre back. So, this is the right thing that we're doing now. And, obviously Jayden Danns probably would have gone to Plymouth and he'd probably be kicking ass for Rooney now and probably helping Rooney keep his job. But he's injured. But if he does go out on loan, I wouldn't be surprised if he went to a good club and did some good things. But like he would have been a starting player for Plymouth, who were in the League One as an 18-year-old. Like that's good. Like an 18-year-old playing for a Championship team like Stoke and scoring. I mean, he's played 2 games for Stoke already. So this is the type of loans that we're doing. We're doing loans to clubs that are going to play them and their competitive games. So I feel that's the right thing to do. And let's hope it continues.
Yeah, it makes sense. Before we carry on, guys, we've got 330 people in the house and only 119 likes. So
yeah,
if you could go and smash the like button to at least get to like 150 at least, guys. So go and press that fun button under the video. It's free to do. Don't cost you a thing.
If you've also got time, hit my channel as well. Subscribe to my channel as well. I've just hit over 500, so
there you go. The 500 marker is in. Go and hit that subscribe. Go and hit that like. All the good stuff, guys. It just helps us out massively. I would appreciate it. Look, when I look at Stefan, I know people were saying like Connor Bradley and Quansah went on loan and they're playing for the team now. I get that. But they weren't part of the team before they went out on loan. They weren't part of the squad. That's just why I said Harvey Elliott.
The Bradley one, he had a really good pre-season, didn't he? And then got a bad injury.
Yeah.
and then
They gave him a new contract.
Then he couldn't get back in, so we loaned him, and he had a good loan, and then we brought him back.
And they gave him a new contract because the club felt a lot about him. This is the thing with Stefan. Yeah. If Stefan's going out on loan, for me, they got to give him a contract renewal to just reassure that he's going to be in next season. Otherwise, I don't know, guys. I really don't. I think Stefan is our most overrated footballer, quite personally. That's just me. I might be. This might sound a bit harsh, but I do think out of all the players we got, Stefan is massively overrated by the fan base.
Oh, I agree. No, I agree. He was never going to be our solution to defensive midfield. So I don't know where everyone was coming with that. Like, seriously, like he had. I think he had 11 games, and he didn't play well in a lot of them, by the way. But it's just our midfield was so bad that anyone who could run for like 20 yards without looking like they were in treacle looked good. Like, and the best game he had, by the way, I thought the best game he had for us, he played as an 8.
Yeah, that was his best game when he played more advanced.
His best game, played as an 8. I was like, oh, hang on.
That's where I think he's best at. I know he played central defence when he was younger, when he was like 12. Everyone keeps going back when he plays centre back. And he's played DM, but his better position is a little further forward, like a bit like Gravenberch. I think Slot sees maybe Stefan as sort of like where Gravenberch plays now. Gravenberch is playing a 6 at the moment because we haven't got one, so he's basically playing that role because he can do it. Right, he can probably do it better than anyone else in the team right now. Yeah, it's funny how last year McAllister did that role when Gravenberch here and. No, Gravenberch didn't play, but that's another title for another time. But Gravenberch is playing that role, and it's not Stefan. This is the thing I'm trying to say. We haven't got a 6. Gravenberch is not a 6, but he can play in a deeper role, and he's playing that role, and Stefan isn't. I think that tells you a lot of what Slot thinks about Stefan right now. Now, Wataru Endo is in the cold. He will play if he doesn't go this summer. He will play some minutes, obviously, as the season goes on and play games here and there as rotation. But if you haven't got a real out-and-out DM and you're playing Gravenberch there, why are you not playing? Why are we not keeping Stefan as Gravenberch's rotation? Because Slot's basically already told the world that he don't rate Endo in a way. So why is Stefan free to leave? Don't make sense. Unless it is
a weird one if we're not keeping Morton.
Yeah, when Morton's going as well. So that tells me Slot don't rate Stefan. Like others do.
Or he's looked at him and he's gone, you need more game time, mate, because you haven't played any football in 18 months.
And he can play that DM role because Slot doesn't want an out-and-out DM. Yeah, he doesn't want that kind of role. He wants like an anchor man, a deep line playmaker, whatever you want to call them. If you want to do that, Stefan can do that. There's no doubt about it. I don't think
he's good enough to play in the Premier League, mate. Not yet.
Yeah, and that means he needs a year loan. So that means they need to give him a new contract as well because he's got. I just noticed Stefan contract ends in 3 years' time. Yeah, in 2027. So if Stefan goes on loan this summer for 12 months. That means then when he comes back to Liverpool, he's only got 2 years left on his deal. If he's had a really good year, wherever he goes on loan and he's playing every week and he's looking $1 million, then Liverpool got to give him either a brand new deal or sell him because he'll only have 2 years left on his deal when he comes back the following summer.
Well, you look at what we want to do with him as well. Like we're sending him to a Spanish club where they play a lot of tiki-taka. So we're probably trying to develop him into maybe the Zubamendi, that Slot thinks is the best thing since sliced bread, and there's no one better, and there's him or no one. So maybe we're trying to develop him into what he does, because that's what a lot of midfielders do in Spain. Like they have a lot more time on the ball. That's just a fact, by the way. Like I'm not making that up. Spanish midfielders have a lot more time on the ball. Like Spanish players have a lot more time on the ball. it's the Premier League, which is like
Spain will suit him.
No time on the ball.
Yeah, Spain will suit Stefan, or if Pep just wants to take him at Salzburg, like them.
You have another one.
By the way, Salzburg play some good football. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, they play a lot of kids as well. Have you seen how young some of their players are?
Yeah, and Klopp cares more about Pep Linders than he does Liverpool.
I like that left back. What's his name? Dedic.
Yeah,
The Bosnian.
Did you hear Klopp's interview as well?
Oh, I wish he'd
on
stop
ESPN.
doing the interviews. Like,
well,
Jesus.
all I got from that ESPN interview, by the way, that Jurgen Klopp did, that he loves Pep Linders more than he loves Liverpool. That's all I got from it. That's literally. I'm not slagging him off. But if you watch that Klopp interview on ESPN, the way he talks about Pep Linders, and I've been watching everything Salzburg, and then did you watch the Liverpool game? You're like, yeah. Like, okay, all right, okay, yeah. All right. You love Pep Linders. Let's just leave it there. Let's just leave it there. But yeah, he would suit. He would suit a Spanish team.
Of course, he loves Pep Linders, mate. He didn't have to do any work for 2 years because Pep did it for him.
Exactly.
Don't come at me, chat. I'm joking. All right, I'm joking. Don't come at me.
Big up Apollo says Stefan needs game time, can't be elevated properly by slot, etc. Till he gets back up to speed. Yeah, that's a good point as well. Not up to speed. Needs that year. I get it.
Trey scored, by the way, today.
Yeah, Trey scored in the under.
Scored the equaliser.
You know, Trey ain't gone on loan.
No, Trey's going to be in the first team now, mate.
I'm just saying that
Slot's already said he's training.
Slot wants Stefan to go on loan, but Trey's staying. I'm just saying, don't shoot the messenger, man. I'm just look. We have got, if Stefan's going on loan, he has to sign a new contract before he goes. He has to. People might think it's mad, but contract runs out in 2027, guys. If he goes on loan this summer and doesn't come back till next summer of July 2025, he's then only got 2 years left on his deal. Then Liverpool have got to try and work out what they're going to do with him. Are they going to give him a new contract then next summer, when we've got to give contracts maybe to Canate and other players as well, and Darwin Núñez and team players like this in the same summer next year? Or do they look at Stefan and go, maybe it's your time to get sold next summer?
Ooh.
That's
a call. Delwyn Jones there, mate, about Trey. Want to bring that one up? Oof.
Trey is a Paul Pogba Reina, guys. Yeah.
The one at Juventus, though, yeah? The one at Juventus.
Yeah. I saw more in the 3 pre-season games with Trey with ability on the ball than I did the 21 games under Stefan, in my opinion.
So, mate, I seen more under Trey when he played 1 Premier League game last season than a lot of players. Like for the kids, like he's quality player.
2 years injured, takes a year to be a footballer again.
I mean,
it does.
That's why
it does. It does. But again, I'll say, guys, this is what I'm trying to say. He's only got 3 years left on his deal. It might say, "Oh, Jamie, that's a long time." If he's going on loan for 12 months, he comes back in July 2025. He's got 2 years left on his deal. What do Liverpool do with him then? Do they go, right, he's our guy, we sign him up to a new contract so we don't have to go and buy another midfielder? Guys, you think it's shit this summer? Think about this. If Stefan is really that guy that everyone wants him to be, Liverpool aren't buying another midfielder next summer, are they? Because Stefan's that guy and they give him a brand new deal and he'll be in the team. So we won't buy another midfielder. We won't be buying that DM.
I'll say it now. Next year, Trey's in the first team.
Yeah, and if Trey keeps up his form, he's going to be up there as well. So
I wouldn't be surprised if Trey got more games than Curtis Jones this year. I said it now.
I think we have to really look at
it now.
Yeah,
I love Curtis, by the way. But Trey looks better than Curtis on the ball. Like he looks forward. Like someone just wrote it in the chat. He looks for the forward pass. He's press resistant. He's not doing this sideways shit where he's just Klopp's just got into him like so much that he's can't shake it off. Like Trey just looks natural. Like it's an interesting one.
Yeah.
God, imagine having a 17-year-old balling it this year in midfield for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
Joe, this is why me and K-Mac are saying about the DM position. We don't. That's what we're agreeing with. Slot don't want
We don't
Polina.
particularly play with a
He doesn't want a
DM.
Polina like DM. He wants a ball playing, deep line playmaker. That's what he wants, and that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I went for Supermendy. Supermendy's not known for his hard tackling and aggressive midfield play. He's known for his elegance and ball control and game control and control and tempo. When to raise it, when to not. You know, that's what he's known for. That's why I was after him. And with Stefan, if Slot thinks Stefan can be that player, and that's what he wants, then loaning him out for a year makes sense. But if he doesn't think he's going, but guys, if they do think that, if they think Stefan's that guy, and that's why we're not buying a DM, because I say a DM, a number 6 position, because they think Stefan's that guy, then why would we buy another midfielder next year if Stefan's that guy? Because it would just get in Stefan's way, won't he? They don't want to. No,
yeah, they want to keep the paths open, don't they?
Yeah, they want to keep these open paths to the youngsters. So why would if Stefan's that guy, then why would they? They're not buying no one this summer. Why would they buy anyone next summer?
Well, maybe they want to see if he is that guy. And they're not going to see that because he's not going to get enough game time, or we're not going to be able to risk playing him. Have you seen that one by LFC Shankly? You should put that one up, mate.
LFC Shanks. It took 3 years to find DM. One more season, why not?
Big of LFC Shankly, that's brilliant.
Yeah, it's a conductor in midfield. That's what they want. Jamie played DM, probably, but not to a great level. not to the level that Slot might want. I just the Stefan one confuses me on the front that if we're letting him go with 3 years left in his deal, they have to give him a new contract to show their faith in him and show that his long-term future's at Liverpool. If they don't, and he just goes on loan, tells me he's never coming back to Liverpool. And then the Tyler Morton one, he's getting sold. There's no
he wants to
about
play. He's not going to get game time.
Tyler Morton's a lot older, and he's not a kid anymore. He wants to play football, so Tyler Morton will be sold.
He's good enough. Which
only leaves us with 6 first-team midfielders.
It's a bit scary, mate. I'm sorry.
It only leaves us with 6 first-team midfielders this season, guys. If Stefan goes and Tyler Morton goes, guys, we've got McAllister, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai can play there or wherever you want to play him. Wataru Endo, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott.
I mean, Harvey Elliott, you're not even really classing him as a central midfielder now, are you?
Yeah, I mean
that's scary, mate.
That's our first team midfielders. So
that's so scary. I mean, you're going to throw Trey in there. You've got to throw Trey in there, though.
Yeah, and then Trey, you have to throw in there as backup rotation.
You might end up throwing some 15-year-old that we've never heard of in there as well.
Yeah,
it's scary, man. I'm sorry, it's just scary. Like I did a show. I won't take up much time. I did a show, and I talked about. Go on. Sorry.
I think is that because I was the insect that flew around my room, Joe? Is that what that is? Yeah, that insect weren't small. That was a monster. I'm just letting you know.
I did a show, and I basically wanted to break down Arne Slot's old teams, like how many players he had, and also Jurgen Klopp's, just to show like the comparisons in the amount of players. And it was pretty scary, mate, because pretty much over the last like 4 years, Arne Slot has only given 17 players out of a squad proper game time, like 30 plus games.
Yeah, he literally likes smaller teams, don't he, Slot?
And then,
I've read that.
Yeah. And he goes down to like 19, and 19 is normally like a goalkeeper or potentially like someone who's injured. And then the other ones that go down to 21 I've got like 5 games.
Yeah.
And then I looked at Jurgen's, and Jurgen's really isn't that much difference. Jurgen's was 19, and then from 19 down to 24 were just 5 and 6 and 7 games. So you're like, I mean, it does kind of make sense, like the squad that he's got. But I look at it now and like, there's, obviously Quansah's injured. Like he's done a thigh injury, potentially because he went and done a training session on Sunday when he probably shouldn't have, by the looks of it. But he got injured on the Tuesday, so he's not out, but he didn't do training. He was in the gym, and also Gravenberch wasn't in training either.
He was
in the gym.
Do separate training, isn't it?
So,
have you seen what Slot's done with his training? So I know a lot of people are saying that people are injured and that. What it is, Slot doesn't train,
overexert them.
Yeah, so if they feel like someone's got to a level, they will go and do indoor training on gym work and stuff like that, so they don't get overexerted, so they don't get injuries. Slot's been known for this. Also, Slot's been known to take players 1, 2, 3, or 4 at a time and show them DVDs of games where they made mistakes as well. It's a little bit different. Yeah, I mean, Paul Joyce is not. Slot had his press conference. He only mentioned
no,
Quansah,
there's no injuries.
picked it out that knock.
There's no injuries. It's still.
And Paul Joyce would have said stuff by now anyway. The game's tomorrow.
And also, Joe is in contention now as well, which is obviously. But like I was saying, like 17 players in that team will play 35 plus games for us. Like that's just the fact. So it's a case of who else? Like
I'm all right with having small squads. I think.
I think the problem is we've got PTSD
over injuries. Exactly.
We always have a massive injury problem every season.
And we need 40 players. We need Chelsea squad.
We need 40 players. Like, we need that bus. The bus where all the Chelsea players are on.
And I know I've spoken to Jam about this many times on the channel as well, and I agree. Like he'll probably agree with me here. You probably only need a squad of 16, 17 players. In reality,
that's what Man City have got. That's what Man City have got.
It's like what Arsenal have got as well. You look at the players that play for Arsenal. It's pretty much the same 11, and then it's the odd Eddie Nketiah sub. It's the odd Nielsen sub. It's the odd Trossard substitution. The odd Vieira, the old that Vieira they had before. The odd sub. Kiviol. It's the odd like 16 players.
Tommy Asu would come on. Like they don't have like an extra 5.
The thing is, sometimes, loading up your squad with players that you never get to use and they won't see game time seems a bit of waste of time at times. Like we've got 4 centre-backs, yeah? You don't really need more than 4 centre-backs because if you buy a 5th centre-back, when's he ever going to play? So you're just like waiting for injuries for the 5th centre-back to play. But because we are a team that gets... There could be a point in the time where for Liverpool next week, cross fingers it never happens, touch wood, but Liverpool could lose 3 centre-backs in one weekend. We know this has happened before.
That happened.
So
it literally happened.
That literally happened. But it's such a freak. That is such a freak thing to happen that it's very unusual. Look, Arsenal keep their team fit. They keep their players fit. Ben White, Gabriel, Saliba, they pretty much play every game, never really get substituted, never miss games unless it is for a suspension or the odd injury here and there. Same with Man City, their defenders usually play most of the time, same lot. We've just got a thing with injuries, and that's where we're down. Gomez is our 4th choice centre-back, or Quansah is our 4th choice centre-back. Apart from Arsenal and maybe Man City, I don't think there's a better 4th choice centre-back in the league.
I don't think Arsenal have got a better 4th. I don't think Arsenal have got a better centre-backs.
They got Calafiori.
He's not a centre-back.
Yeah, I know, but he's probably going.
So the only centre-back pairing the only centre backs I think are better is Man City's, but I don't think their first two are better. Like if you're putting Virgil van Dijk and Canate against any other centre backs in the league, there's only Arsenal which are better, because I think Saliba's better than Canate, but he's not better than Virgil. Like, so no one's better than Virgil. So I'm not putting any centre backs pairing better unless the first guy is better than our first guy, and they're not.
Yeah.
But then you've got down the pecking order. You've got Quansah or say Gomez. I think Gomez walks into pretty much any team as a centre back, apart from Arsenal and Man City. Like, I genuinely do.
Yeah, this is
maybe not Tottenham, because I do rate Van de Ven, and I do rate the Argentine psycho.
Romero.
He's got a red card in him every game.
I mean, look at Man United. They bought about 1 million centre backs. They're still shit.
I'd still put Gomez in there ahead of all of them.
Yeah, it's just. I think you need like 16 or 17 quality players, and I think Jamrock said this as well. Top the rest of it with youngsters. That's what a lot of clubs do. Look at Man City, Oscar Bob, and Rico Lewis. They came through the youth team, and they're part of their squad.
Oscar Bob's out for the season now.
Yeah, but Rico Lewis is a good fullback, man.
How good did he look replacing Walker?
You can.
They got their replacement for Walker, mate.
You can go and get good players. I think what we're seeing now is though, a lot of players have not always two players for every position, but they have maybe versatile players that can play multiple positions. And I think that's what Liverpool try and look at. So Joe Gomez can make multiple positions. As it stands now, Liverpool got 2 fullbacks, 2 left backs, 2 right backs, 2 left backs, 4 centre backs, and Gomez can cover everywhere across the back 4. And then you got youth coming through, and I mean Becker's a left back as well. So you got Kelleher and Alisson in goal at the moment. So it's depth.
That's the thing. That's the thing about it, though. I do kind of I disagree a little bit on that. About we've got players that we can play in different positions. That's what I think we're trying to get rid of.
Oh, you can't get rid of that.
We're trying to get rid of this. Well, you can play all over the place. I think we're trying to get to a place where you're specifically doing that. Like, so Gomez, I think this season Gomez is seen as a centre back. Like, no, you're not right back. No, you're not left back. You're a centre back. Like, I think there's been too many. I think there's been too many times where we're putting square pegs in round holes because maybe we think we can, and they're not top at that position. So it's like, maybe Gakpo can play in a lot of positions, but Slot's like, no, you're a left winger, mate. Like, you may come into centre when you're playing, but you're a left winger. Like, I think that's what we need to get back to doing more of. Like, and that will win doing that, I think.
I hear you, but the problem with that is then they're not going to play. That's the only issue.
And maybe that's why we've sold them.
Yeah, I think
they're not going to play.
I think as we saw against Ipswich, Gakpo came on and played up front. I think the two that will probably do it in our squad are Gomez and Gakpo if needed, and that's probably it. I can see Gakpo playing centre forward if needed. I could see him playing left wing, and Trent if an emergency happens. I see Gomez playing in fullback areas, but as you say, he'll probably be the centre back, and he will be the centre back at the moment. Just need 1 or 2. He's
going to play as a left back on tomorrow, isn't he now?
Yeah, you just don't need 3 or 4. You know what I mean? You don't need 3 or 4. You just need 1 or 2 in your team. And that's it. And then cut of youth players there, 15 quality players, and you're away.
I don't disagree, Manuel. Like, if Gomez gets sold, we will sign a player. Like,
we have to. We ain't got no choice. We've got only 3 cents.
If Endo gets sold, we will sign a player. Like, we have to.
If one of the centre backs or midfielders gets sold, in the squad right now, not the youth players, So if Tyler Morton gets sold, the club ain't going to care, in my opinion, because he ain't part of like. So
never played.
If Endo goes or Gomez goes, they're going to market. If they don't go, they're not going to go to market, in my opinion. Right. Let's pick the team. Look, I've just put the one position in so far because it's blatantly obvious. So we're going to pick our Brentford, our team against Brentford. It's obviously Arne Slot's first game at Anfield in the Premier League. We probably know one replacement here because we know Jarell Quansah's injured. And I think we can all guess that, Konate's going to play, any.
Yeah.
I don't think
Android, I don't want Gomez to go. And neither does Jamie.
No one does, no.
We've never said we want him to go. Like,
it'd just be mad if you let him go. Yeah.
It's absolutely brilliant. For me, I want him to be our left back for this season. Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't go.
That's what
it
takes to keep him.
Anyway.
That's what it takes to keep him. Then I play him as a left back like this season.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No one wants Gomez. Yeah, no one wants Gomez to leave, man.
No way.
Gomez needs to stay. Who plays left back in this game? Everyone in the chat, K-Mac. Who you got as left back? Robbo obviously started against Ipswich, but he didn't look great, and obviously went off.
I think it'd be Robbo again, mate, to get his fitness up.
I think
he's ring rusty. And I think Slot likes him, mate. Whether we do or don't, which I certainly don't.
We're all going Robbo, eh? We're all
going
Robbo.
Does Basuma, not Basuma, Mbuemo play on Robbo's side?
Yeah,
because that is scary.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's why.
God. Oh God, Gomez.
If Gomez played pre-season, I would be with you. But
no, Mbuemo plays on his side. That's scary.
Personally, I think this game's going to be a walk in the park. So I'm worried.
But I think Mbuemo gets chances though, and he plays really well when he's not playing with Toney, which is really weird.
I'll be shocked if Carvalho and Sepp Vandenberg, by the way, start against Liverpool.
No, they'll be on the bench.
I wouldn't be surprised if they in the contract that they couldn't play the opening game. By the way,
that'd be funny. Well, we put everything else in the contract.
Yeah. Trent Alexander-Arnold at fullback.
Oh yeah.
I don't see any other choice. Right.
No.
It's a midfield guy stay the same. Are we looking at Graham Birch, McAllister, Szoboszlai? Harvey Elliott obviously didn't get any minutes. Does Harvey come back in team? Curtis Jones didn't get any minutes.
I actually think it's going to be McAllister, Szoboszlai, and Elliott.
What?
I do. I think there's some. I think Graven Birch is out.
Why?
I don't know. I've seen a lot of stuff. Like
I'll be shocked that Graven Birch is out. I'll be shocked that Graven Birch.
There's been a lot of stuff that he could be injured. So I'm thinking McAllister, Szoboszlai, and Elliott.
Okie dokie.
And maybe he's on the bench. Grav.
Interesting. Now, would you go? Like
that's not bad, by the way.
No, but playing Szoboszlai this deep. I know he can do it, and I know his Hungarian coach has come out and said he thinks that's his future position. I like Szoboszlai here.
I'm just going to check on Grav again, by the way. 2 secs.
You obviously can't play Harvey here. So would you just go Endo in this game then?
You know what? I was thinking that, mate. I was thinking it could be an Endo type of game because do you remember the last time we played them? That bloody Nordgaard injured 2 of our players. He injured McAllister and Jota in the same game. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
He put Jota out for like 3 months.
How do I get rid of this? Oh, wait, remove.
And Endo's a good shout, and it's at home.
Yeah.
It's a good shout, mate. That is a good shout.
If Graven Birch has got a knock, if Graven Birch hasn't got a knock and he's fine, he plays. This is all in the Graven Birch rumours, guys. This is all in the Graven Birch rumours.
Quick look on Gravenberch.
If Gravenberch, by the
It's
way,
just
guys,
Ali. There's nothing but Ali, mate. Sorry.
if Gravenberch is fine, then Gravenberch. You know what? I'm going to put Gravenberch in. I'm going to go on the assumption. This is making me sick. I'm going to go on the assumption that Gravenberch, as you said, just went and done gym work because Slott's looking after him. So we'll go on that assumption. I'm sure that's going to make everyone in the chat look a little bit better. No, I like that midfield. To be honest, I do. Right, I think we can all. I mean, this. I think there's a couple of positions that people just automatically play. Left-hand side and the strikers. Left-hand sides and the strikers. What are we saying? If Diaz go play again, does Cody come in? Does Darwin play up front? Does Jota keep his position? What are we saying?
Gravenberch and Liverpool had the potential Gravenberch blow. This is 4 hours ago. Both Jarell, Quansah and Gravenberch were pictured in the gym. However, neither took part in the session. Slot has confirmed that Quansah could be a doubt. However, no news whether Gravenberch will be fit. The Dutchman didn't take part in training.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, if Gravenberch weren't available, he would have said.
I don't know
because he was happy to say that Quansah weren't available. So
yeah, that'll be the midfield then if Gravenberch.
Yeah, I think it's just one of them things where
I think Diaz plays. By the way, mate.
Yeah, I think it's just one of them things where I don't think you're always going to see everyone out in full training.
Yeah, I think maybe we're just jumping the gun a bit.
Yeah, I just think it's going to be one of them things where we don't see everyone out in full training because it's just the way Slot operates. You got to remember, Slot's injury record everywhere he's been is very good.
Unbelievable.
And he's got a different way, we don't do that lactate test at the beginning of the season. We did a different kind of test that registers then how far they can push a player. So if Gravenberch has been fully pushed, they might be like, right, you don't need to be at training today. You can go in the gym and do a bit of light work. Now if that happens, then that happens every week, and then players still play that weren't picture training, then I think we could just say that's a thing Slot does, Yeah. But until then, we don't know. Right, forward line. Does Darwin play in this game against Brentford?
No, Jota.
Or does Jota play? Does Jota keep? Because all the rumours were that Darwin was going to be the main man for Arne Slot. That's not. I don't know if that's going to be the case. I think he might have been. I think Slot was thinking of playing Darwin. Then he watched Jota in pre-season and was like, shit. Yeah. I
forgot how good this guy was.
Yeah, that's my guy. That's my guy. Jota links the play and he gets in the box and scores goals. I mean, it's just, he links the play better than Darwin at the moment. There's no doubt about that. Even the biggest Darwin lovers, Jota's going to link the play a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that if Gravenberch is fit, that's the team, guys, and that's quite a strong 11. That's a 11.
That's a brilliant team. That's a brilliant team.
That's as good as 11 there is in the Premier League, to be absolutely fair.
I don't think there's a better 11, mate.
That is a tremendous 11.
Like Man City have got holes. Like Man City have got players that you're like, no, we got a better player there than that. I think it is.
That's intriguing to me. It really is. Right. Obviously, Brentford are. Did Brentford win their last? What was scoring Brentford's last game?
They won 2-1, but they were dreadful.
Yeah,
they were dreadful against Palace, but they still won.
Let's have a look at
Palace had more possession. Palace had more shots. Palace had more big chances. Yeah, Eze got a goal disallowed, which was really weird. If you want to watch that back again,
Yeah, I remember it now.
That was a weird goal. That would have been 2-2.
Yeah, I remember it now. So, and Brentford away from home have never been the strongest. So, it's wet their home form. This is
And someone
Liverpool at
wrote in the chat
Anfield.
as well. They've got no wing backs. Like
No, I think
Hickey and
Liverpool.
Rico Lewis are still injured. Like
So, team news here. So, let's read this out. So, at the moment, Liverpool Jarell Quansah is the only doubt to pick up an injury training earlier this week. It's a doubt. I mean, he could still be in the squad yet as well.
Yeah.
Joe Gomez is nearing a return as his minutes are being managed after being part of England's Europe 2024 squad. Brentford boss Thomas Frank hopes Ivan Toney will be available after missing his first game of the season last week, aimed transfer rumours. Igor Thiago, one of the club's newest recruits, remains sidelined along with Josh Dasilva, Aaron Hickey and Rico Henry. So Brentford have got some big players out there. Match facts head-to-heads. Liverpool have won each of their last 5 home games against Brentford without conceding a goal, a run stretching back all the way to 1939. Brentford have just won 1 of the last 6 Premier League meetings, 1 draw and 4 losses. The Bees have also won 1 of their last 12 away games versus Liverpool, the last being in 1937. Where Liverpool Arne Slot can become the first permanent Liverpool manager to win his first 2 league games, league fixtures in charge since Graham Souness in April 1991. Liverpool are unbeaten in the opening Premier League home game of each of their last 20 seasons since a 2-1 loss to Chelsea in 03-04. This is Liverpool's first competitive match at Anfield without Jurgen Klopp as manager since October 2015. And Mohamed Salah scored a record 9 goals in 8 appearances on the opening Premier League weekend, but has only netted once in 7 games during the second round of matches. So that he scores every opening game, but only scored once in the second round in the last 7 games. That's interesting. So reading all that out, I'm going Liverpool to win 3-0.
I think 2. I think Jota and Salah.
Jota and Salah again, just like.
I mean, I did think 3. I thought maybe Verge might get a header, like from a set piece, but we've just looked dreadful on set pieces.
Set pieces, by the way. Yeah. Set pieces, by the way. We have got to leave someone back.
Yeah, that needs to change.
That's mental. Like no one stays back. Everyone's in the box, and Mbeumo is quick.
Yeah,
we can't afford. That's just that. I went back. I didn't realize it when I watched it live, but yeah, when I watched it in a replay, I was watching that set piece, and it's like when we were up for corner, I was like, oh shit, no one is back. Like everyone is in the box.
Well, you had like McAllister as the furthest player back, and he lost the ball twice.
And he's one of the slowest players we got. I mean, what are we doing here? Absolutely madness. It's madness.
To be fair, Trent got back really well for one of them.
Yeah, Trent did. He stopped the progress,
and he was the one that took the corner.
Yeah, and he stopped. Was it up against? It was when Hutchison got away, wasn't it?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He took the corner and had to run 90 yards the opposite direction.
It's a question from Donut. Do you think we are over the trend of conceding first?
Oh, I don't even want to answer that one because I might jinx it.
Yeah.
What I will say is, Ali did an interview before the interview about his contract. He did an interview and he sat down and spoke to Arne Slot, and Arne Slot said that he wants clean sheets more than anything else. Like this is his priority, to not concede goals in the first half. Major priority.
We've seen the way we defend.
And I'm all for that. I'm all for that.
We defend more compact as well. It's more of a
he doesn't want us to attack constantly. And also what we do as well now under Slot is when the opposition used to get the ball off us, we used to do a thing where we would then swarm on the opposition. And because we swarmed on the opposition, if we didn't win the ball back after a certain amount of time, the opposition could still break on us further. But what Slot wants us to do is he wants us to just be compact and just drop back and regroup.
Yeah.
Because you've got less chance of conceding a goal if you do that, but you've also got a chance of being able to nick the ball off them, and you're in a compact position to then go forward against them quicker as they're trying to attack against you. I won't go into that though. That's
No,
another
I'm
show,
with you, man.
another
It's,
show.
it's a match preview, so it's good to hear.
Another show. But I think that's what we'll do as well against Brentford, because they like to do that.
Yeah,
they're really competitive.
No, I agree, man. I agree. I mean, it's just look, Brentford, they're going to be up for this. They got pace on the counter attack. Liverpool got to be wary of that pace on the counter attack. If Liverpool can just make sure they don't worry about that counter attack and just squash it, Liverpool go dominate Brentford at home and go for a good win. So I expect a good victory because we all know we're playing next weekend. Yeah. Way to the Manx next weekend. They are dog shit and not changed.
I love them getting beat on in the very last second of the game.
They're crap.
I just love that.
They were shit against Fulham. They were crap against Brighton.
Who was De Ligt? Who was De Ligt marking? Can you tell me that, please?
Well, have you seen how De Ligt moves in slow motion?
Yeah, he is dreadful. Like, we dodged the bullet there if we were ever linked with him.
What's happened to De Ligt, man? That man moves in slow motion. I've never, he moves so slow. I think Tim Sherwood might be right, Tim Sherwood last week said Maguire's better than De Ligt, and everyone laughed at him. Do you know, he might be right.
I think he probably is right.
He might be right.
I do like Tim Sherwood. I do like Tim Sherwood.
Yeah,
got a lot of good stuff to say about Liverpool as well, which is always good.
Yeah, he's all right. Sort of obsessive over blocking passing lanes and when not in possession off the ball. Yeah. He hates it. He prefers the midfield to squeeze. He doesn't like these gaps in between. He likes it all compact and tight. So, sometimes you might have to give up a bit of the width, but as long as you don't get killed through the middle. But he likes to kill teams through the middle. It's like, I think Jamie Carragher did that thing on Monday Night Football when he was watching the fullbacks, and the fullbacks were going behind, like the fullback would go behind the centre back to pick up the ball, and it's like Carragher's like, why does he need to do that? Because the centre back can do it.
And that was Robbo, mate. That was Robbo being dumb.
No, apparently, no. That's Slot's what asking him to do because
Robbo did that. Robbo did that in the Ipswich game, and it was like suicide.
But that's what Slot wants him to do because
he wants the goalkeeper to come into the middle of the two centre backs, and for them to go wide, and to form a back three with the goalkeeper in the middle.
Yeah,
like what Robbo was doing was not what you're supposed to do, running behind the
Robbo said in an interview after that's what Slot told him to do.
Oh God,
that's
never
what he
put
wanted
Robbo
to do
in that position again, please.
Apparently, the reason he wanted to do it, what Carragher said, is the reason they want him to do it is because it moves the opposition midfield either to the left or to the right, because he wants to go through the middle of their midfield. He wants to play through their midfield. He wants to draw them on. And then they give it a Grandbert. You can play on the half turn and then play balls through. In the first half, it didn't work because Quansah weren't winning these battles. So it's forcing Ipswich on top of us. In the second half, because Konate is winning all the aerial duels, they couldn't go as direct as they were before. So that means Liverpool had more time at the back to press on the opposition. So
and our forwards started winning their duels because they were dog in the first half.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what Slot said: win your duels. I love it when he came out half time and he basically went. He basically came out. What's it? Oh, hang on, we've got. He came out full time and went, just win your duels. Like, I told them win their duels.
Yeah, it wasn't just about Quansah, like you said.
All of them win the duels.
None of them won the duels.
Yeah, win your duels, guys. Win your duels.
I reckon he gave them a rocket at half time. I really do.
I think Robbo said that. Like, he went nuts.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Straight talking, man. Straight talking.
Love it.
So, guys, tomorrow I'll be on my YouTube channel for the watch along between Liverpool and Brentford. So make sure you're joining me for that at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. But before that, guys, stuff, I will be on my TIFO channel, guys. Make sure you join me on my TIFO channel for the 2 o'clock kickoff tomorrow. If you've not joined my TIFO channel yet, I'll put it up full screen. It's there. Go and join my TIFO channel. We've got 90 members right now. I'm trying to get to 100 members. What I would do for you beautiful people, I'll put the link in the
there
chat.
now. Come on, 10 of you sign up. Let's do it.
I'll
it live.
Put the link in the live chat.
Do it live. Go on.
Put the link in the live chat. Oh my word, we will pin it as well.
I'll tell you what, we'll wait here till you do it.
It's pinned in the live chat. I'm so stoked all this. So guys, it's pinned in the live chat. If you go and hit that link now, that'll take you to my TIFO channel. If you've already a member of TIFO, if you already follow Drifty or Matt or Coppish or Never a Foul or any of them guys over on TIFO, you don't need to put referral code in. Just go and find my channel, James Phillips Football Chats, and join the community. If you're brand new to TIFO, never been on it before, it'll ask you to do 3 things. That's an email, a password, and then if it asks you for a referral code, the referral code is Jamie. Nice and simple. Just put Jamie in as a referral code if they ask you to put one in. But if you're already on TIFO, go and check me out. I'll be there at 2 o'clock, guys, tomorrow afternoon for the 2 o'clock game. And then I'll be back on this channel for 4 o'clock. So 2 watch-alongs tomorrow, back-to-back on both on TIFO and on YouTube. Oh, my God, Muffy.
There you go. You got 3 there, mate.
There you go. Keep going, guys. Join up today.
7 more.
join up today, and yeah, go and check. Oh, I hate that view. There you go. Go and check it out, guys. I'd appreciate it. And Ivor's Tiff. I'll look out for you, Ivor. I'll look out for you. So yeah, I'll be live at 2 p.m. tomorrow. What is a 2 p.m.? I totally forgot what the 2 p.m. game is.
Ours is 4:30. Ours is 4:30.
Yeah, ours is a 4:30 game. Yeah. No, it's a 2 o'clock game tomorrow. What is it? Let me just find it.
Chelsea. Chelsea haven't played today.
Might be. I can't bloody remember for a life of me.
Wolves haven't played either.
Yeah, it's Wolves. Is it Wolves? What one's this game on Sky, guys? Is it Wolves Chelsea or Newcastle?
Oh, Newcastle haven't played either.
Yeah. Hang on.
Southampton didn't play. Oh yeah, did they? Yeah, they got beat today, didn't they? Southampton.
Yeah. It's either
Leicester. No, they got beat as well, didn't they?
Let me have a look. It's Bournemouth Newcastle. So join me for Bournemouth Newcastle, guys. Bournemouth Newcastle at 2 o'clock. We'll have fun doing that watch along.
That'd be a good game.
Yeah, Bournemouth Newcastle, guys. If you want to join me for that game, you're welcome to. And then we're back on the main channel on YouTube for Liverpool Brentford. So Bournemouth Newcastle for the TIFO game, and then back on YouTube for Liverpool and Brentford, guys. Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Don't forget to go and subscribe to Game.
How many have you got in TIFO now?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Just turned it off. Let me have a quick look. 94. Right. Keep in there, mate. Join the membership, guys.
6 more. Come on, you can do it.
I am. I don't know why. It's like late at night, but I fancy a cup of tea. So I am. There you go. Game back's already got it. We're out of here, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll hopefully see you on TIFO tomorrow and back on the channel at 4 o'clock for Liverpool Brentford. And don't forget,
hit my channel as well after this, guys, if you want. Okay.
Yeah, K-Max on the.
I can subscribe. Cheers.
On the way to 600 now, so subscribe.